Ambiance. Don't mind the wine glass in the back. I'm just kicking back, relaxing. Just gonna talk some fashion with the good people of the internets. What's up, you guys? Kyron back up in here with another video, and today we have a discussion. I'm going to be talking about my personal favorite brands of 2019. Now, these are not brands that started in 2019. These are just my personal favorites, things that I found that are up and coming, or just personal ones that I've just seen that have a lot of potential. The first brand that I am going to be picking for my favorite brands of 2019 is Mad Happy. So I came across this brand by being remarketed in some type of way. I never heard of them before, don't know who the owner is, I don't know much of the backing of it. This is just on an external level. I like what they're doing. I like the message. I like the visual aspects of the clothing, the way it looks like it would fit, the details. All of it is boxes that I would check. Overall, there's not a lot of depth in the clothes, and you guys will get that once I look through the pictures. It is a very streetwear oriented / savvy brand, so I don't know how much longevity it will have in the future, but nonetheless, it did catch my attention, so I figured I would show it in this video. This is gonna be 5 brands, by the way, so let's get right into it with Mad Happy. This is the first piece that I chose, this cream hoodie. The first thing that caught my eye was that detailing along the hood. Really beautiful, looks like it's hand stitched all along the hood, and this is something that I had thought of for a hoodie, but now I see that it's done. It's really cool. I don't know if I would get this specific hood though. I like the graphic and everything, but I just don't know how wearable it is for me. Cream hoodies, I do like wearing them here and there, but not as often as I once did, like a couple years ago. Also, pullover hoodies, they have to have a very interesting graphic for me to wear them on a consistent basis. I like kind of plainer stuff now, but this is a cool graphic nonetheless. I definitely would wear it for a couple pictures or something like that, so I figured I would feature it in this video. On to the next one, the Mad Happy USA pullover hoodie. This is really cool because it gives me a true Americana vintage aesthetic, yet they incorporate their own branding and arc style collegiate logo to it, which I do enjoy, and I know the way the hoodies look like they fit would be perfect in my opinion. Very cropped in the body, elongated sleeves, exactly how I like it, and a gray hoodie you can't really go wrong with. You could get a lot of wears out of stuff like this. Just wear as if you would wear a college hoodie if you're going to wherever you're going to. Just kind of dress it up as opposed to dress it down and making it look bummy. And the last one is very classic. It's just their classic black hoodie with the Mad Happy chest logo, and then also the spice of detail with the hand yarn stitching on the hood. I found this one was very wearable. This is something I would actually think of buying. I don't know what sizes they have left and stuff like that, but this is not on my top priority list, but if it was there and it was on sale or something, definitely would probably buy it. I don't know if it's still available, but I will leave Mad Happy's information in the description below if you guys do wish to check the other stuff that they have to offer. I found it pretty cool, so I figured I would show it to you guys. On to the next brand. The next brand is something that I have an acquired taste for women's wear. But for the menswear, I was always kind of on the fence because I felt like they always did women's wear so much better than they do menswear. But there are a select few of pieces from this brand that I do enjoy in the menswear section. So I figured I would give it a little highlight. Jacquemus, I believe that's how you pronounce the name. Forgive me if I'm butchering it, correct me in the comments below, but I believe that's how you say it. So I'm going to be going into a couple of the pieces that I fancy from the Essence website because that's the best range of selection that I've seen on the internet. So I'm just gonna get into a couple of those. The first one that caught my attention, very predictable of Kyron, of course. Yellow trousers, baggy, really beautiful cut to these. Very pristine center pleat of the pant. I don't really know how they're gonna fit because they did style this in a weird, very formal way and not a way that I would style it, but I would be curious to try it on, maybe book an Essence appointment and see how it would fit in person. But these are definitely really, really nice. I love these. I don't know the exact hue of yellow. It's kind of hard to portray how deep or how vibrant a yellow is on camera as opposed to how it is in person. So that's why I always, whenever I'm buying yellow, it's always in person, unless it's like seated to me or something like that. Really, really love these pants. Jacquemus, beautiful job. He does a really good job at portraying a form of elegance and everything. Is very high scale Parisian elegance is what I would capsule it as for sure. So yeah, next piece that I found was a great essential every day, something that I would actually buy, is the green long sleeve, but it's kind of labeled as a sweater, although this does look like a very thin long sleeve to me, but it could double as both because it is kind of sheer, but the collar makes it look like a sweater. Nonetheless, continuing on, this gave me a very Rick Owens vibe, but with the vibrance of the color, it kind of gave its own Jacquemus flair to it. I love stuff like this. I really do enjoy tighter tops these days. Boxy tops are always gonna have my love in my heart, but stuff like this is very interesting to like spice up outfits, just have things that are going to be, this piece isn't for everyone is what I mean. This piece is definitely not for everyone, but if you have the eye and styling something like this, I definitely say jump on it, because if you're able to rock this, you're gonna look amazing in it, because it's gonna complement your figure and those colors are just gonna look great on your skin. This is why I feel like they used a darker skinned person as opposed to a fairer skinned person, because it just complements his skin so much better in my personal opinion. But colors do that for different people all the time, so definitely keep that into consideration, your skin complexion, when you're buying pieces. Going into the next piece, I'm going to be talking about, oh my god, did I even talk about the last one? Oh my god, I completely forgot a whole piece. My apologies. This is a white work shirt slash shirt in general. It could kind of double as both, and I see that as a theme for Jacquemus, is like a in-between clothing item. So it could be either a shirt or a jacket. If it's a sweater, it could be either a long sleeve or a sweater. There's a lot of in-between garments. Another hoodie that I seen honorable mention is like a knit sweater, but it has a hood and it has all the proportions of a hoodie. So he has a lot of doubling going on in his collections, which I do enjoy. Something a little different for the scene that I've been seeing. So yeah, going back into this piece right here, it's very like laboratory, clean, sterile, Margiela aesthetic, but not all the way there. It has his own sense of identity in it. And the detailing, just like the dotted black piping along the center, is really interesting to me, and I just love the collar. The collar and the sleeves is what really makes this piece to me. I just wonder how it would fit on me. A lot of the pieces from Jacquemus look like it would be intended with the fit of a very long, lanky guy, so I don't know how it would fit on me. I am tall, but not the tallest, and I'm not super slender like a lot of these Essence models, so I don't know how it would fit on me, but it would be something interesting to see. Essence appointment. Might have to do it to him. Going into the next brand, sorry, I was on Jacquemus for quite some time, but we're getting into another one, The Row. I found out about The Row a couple of years ago. Mainly another similar situation to Jacquemus. Women's wear is where I stumbled upon The Row, because a lot of females would talk about their handbags and their accessories, because that's where they kind of shine. They've won multiple awards for their accessories, from what I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do know they won one though. Multiple, questionable. Don't know that for sure, so I'm not going to be 100% with that. But continuing on, they take luxury and definitely push it to the highest it can be, because the price point is very high for what they're putting out there. But for the first time, when I actually got to see menswear pieces in person at Holt Renfrew, I was very impressed. Obviously, the price point is not going to be for everyone, and definitely it's not for me all the time. I seen a sweatsuit, a cashmere sweatsuit, go for $4,000. That's a lot of money. So it's definitely not for everyone, but I have to appreciate it from a distance, because it's stuff that I do enjoy. So I figured I would show it to you guys on the channel. Nonetheless, it's a good conversation starter. You guys let me know in the comments below how you feel about The Row as well. We'll get into these pieces right now. So yeah, the first piece I have is this jogger, basic, classic, can't really go wrong, elasticated on the cuffs, and this is just gives me very like a sporty, oh my god, correct me for the cringe, but sporty and rich type of vibe. I have seen Emily Oberg in a lot of The Row's accessories, such as the handbags, etc. But for the menswear, this is not something that I've seen on a lot of people, so I figured I would give it a little bit more attention, because the menswear is actually pretty fire in my personal opinion. So we're gonna continue on with the menswear. I'm so upset at myself. I just deleted a clip that I was not intending to delete, but we'll refilm that video, I guess. Continuing on, with the row. Another continuation of the cashmere thing that I noted on from before. Very high price point. This is 2.6 just for the top. Cashmere, yes, it's an amazing textile, but is it worth this price? Honestly, up to you. Very opinionated response. It is really nice. Honestly, I felt it in person. It is really nice. If I had the money, I don't know. Going into this microfiber jacket, so nice. So nice. I love Coach style jackets like this. I don't know if that's the proper terminology for a piece like this. I do see a lot of pieces like Arc'teryx Valence collection that have similar aesthetics to this Coach like rain jacket. That's just good for everyday wear. You could just toss it on and you know that you're going to be looking sharp. The last piece from the row, that's a heavy hitter, 7.9K off the hip, off the rip. Dents in a bank account. It's over for you if you buy this jacket. Unless you got the big bands, who knows? Maybe you're a big baller brand around here. But this jacket is insanely expensive. Almost $8,000 before tax. So it's almost $10,000 just for this jacket. Leather cool jacket from the row. Beautiful piece. Don't know if it's worth that price. Obviously, at this price point, I would probably give it towards a CCP or something of the likes of that. But it's something that would be a cool conversation starter. And I felt like it was cool to show it on the channel. But it is very beautiful. I would love to see this in person because 7.9 thousand, it better be drop dead gorgeous in person. So I would love to see something like this in my hands for sure. Continuing on to the next brand is Ernest W Baker. I found out about this brand through Avery. I was watching a video of his a while ago and he had received some pieces from them and they were so good. They were literally in line with my current aesthetic that I enjoy, which is like 70s Cuban drug lord aesthetic, which is like very like open shirt, wide flare trousers, aviators, vacation shirts sometimes, but then I mix it in with a lot of the other styles that I incorporate. I'm very flexible with my style these days, but like that's one that I really do enjoy. So this kind of ticks that box for me. So Ernest W Baker, really beautiful. And also they incorporate tailoring, which is like something I kind of want to dabble into slowly, not all the way. Obviously I'm not going to come out GQ'd up, but this is definitely something that is easing my way into that lane. So I'm going to get into a couple of the pieces for you guys. This screenshot that I took, beautiful tailoring like I noted on before. Double-breasted blazer, all like cocoa brown throughout the whole suit. Really big chunky shades. Gives you a really cool badass hitman type of vibe, which is interesting to say the least. Peeking at the clothing from below, you have this woven collared shirt that kind of gives you that back alley bowling aesthetic, like you're in your bowling crew. Beautiful. I just love that whole area. Like that whole era of clothing is just really magnificent to me because it looked like they cared about a lot of the garments that they were making back then. So to see someone take those notes and make it into something really modern is really cool to me. Like I said, same outfit, but the brown flare trousers, oh my god, don't get me started. I love a good flare trouser, so of course I had to incorporate this into the video. Like I said before, that Cubano drug lord aesthetic, this looks like he would be one of the workers under Pablo Escobar, whatever you want to say. He looks like he would be one of the runners committing a murder under the name of Mr. Escobar himself, okay? I'm just saying, I'm just pulling a bunch of legs here, but like this outfit is so nice to me. This is definitely perfect for a summertime outfit. Really cool styling cues for this brand as well. Like this is something that I would definitely try to find in a thrift and piece it together and make something similar to this. Obviously, I would love to buy a lot of the pieces from this brand too, so maybe in the near future I will snag a couple 1-2 from them. You never know. And continuing on with this pink cardigan, but it's like not a normal style cardigan. It's more like an argyle knit grandmother made with love cardigan. And I do really like this. I do enjoy it. Not something typical for the cardigans that I do enjoy, but there's an appeal in there for me. Like I noted on before, bowling, heavy aesthetics going on right here. Bowling shirt, this is something that a lot of people go to the brand for. Apparently this is a good seller for them. Very boxy, very flowy, open neck like I said before, and the black flare trousers. Amazing. A lot of people were asking me for a brand that was going to touch on a flared pant, and Strats Ballot did a while ago, but they're not available anymore. So this is the next best thing. If you guys are interested in like a flare pant that is currently in stores, because the one that I found was thrifted, this is an option for you guys. So I'll leave that in the description below. Touching on those cardigans, once again, this is another variation of them. Styling is insane in these photos, like so good. Honestly, you can't get any better. Flare pants, boots, big chunky glasses, wide open large collar shirt, and then just throw a cardigan on top. Can't get any better. Same thing with this outfit. Impeccable. And then the final brand is Phipps. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Phipps. Correct me if I'm wrong. Once again, you know me and my pronunciation. I'm not the greatest, but I try, and I'll own up if I don't get the pronunciation right, you know. But continuing on, nonetheless, is Phipps, and this is getting another style incorporated into what I enjoy currently, which is the hiker aesthetic. Yes, meme it up, put it on the screen. You already know. Want to be Frank Ocean in the cut? That's me. So yes, Phipps was definitely a brand that I was put onto by my friend Raf. He sent it over to me when I told him that I was trying to get more into the hiker aesthetic, everything like that. This is like a bridge in between high end and that hiking vibe that I enjoy also much. It's just like there's something with a purpose to it, especially at this time of year where there's like 7 months out of the year in Montreal that's just gonna be cold. I'd rather be prepared for the elements and look good at the same time. Like it kind of gives me two things that I just really need when I get dressed every day. So that's why I really like this. Arc'teryx and them, done deal for the winter time. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about a couple of pieces that I like from Phipps right now. This classic gray hoodie, you know what I say about a gray hoodie, it's classic, you can't go wrong with it. Small little graphic on it, you can get multiple wears. You don't really have to care about wearing it multiple times because it just serves its purpose as a gray hoodie, so you can't really go wrong with that, in my personal opinion. Also, these, as an honorable mention, the contrast stitch denim pant, beautiful, really nice. Seems very wearable as well, especially with that little pocket detailing on the front. And then going into the next jacket, this is something that's really nice to me because of the proportions, cropped in the body, really long sleeves, and then that collar sticks up really beautifully. I think it just fits really well on this model, and hopefully it would fit well on me too. I find the price point a little high on this jacket, but I mean, it's expected. It's a designer brand. I can't complain. I would just have to wait for sale. Continuing on, the last jacket is just a vintage hiking jacket. Like, this is exactly what it looks like. It looks like a Columbia jacket, but they put their own spin on it. The paneling, it's kind of color blocked very generously, and I just enjoy it really much. And that was a lot of talking. So that is all of my favorite brands for 2019. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for stopping by the channel once again. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you haven't already, like the video. It helps out a ton. You have no idea. My name is Kyron. You could follow me on my Instagram, GOTSWEIGE, is where you can keep up to date with me more frequently. I'm out of here. More videos on the way as always. Peace.
Trust the money. I just won't go with this shit. I just won't go with it.